Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
ThaBoxingvoice.com. All the guys want. I want what Mayweather got. I want what Mayweather got. You didn't bust your ass like Mayweather. I was trying to fight every fighter. I sacrificed a lot to get to where I got to.
What do you bring to the table?
Let's get this on. Let's do it. Where's like this? Wait.
All right, that's it. Hold on. Bernard, everybody calm down.
Man, you know how these bitches is in the sport. Total disrespect. Kid has no class, no style at all. I sacrificed a lot. ThaBoxingvoice.com to get to where I got to. ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Good morning, TBV, and welcome back after a fantastic weekend of boxing. We're all back safe and sound from Dallas, and we got to talk some boxing. Anthony Yarde has been ordered to face Sergey Kovalev. Is he ready for this step up? We've spoke to Tunde Ajayi a lot of times here, and his catchphrase is timing. So I ask you, is the timing right? Is Kovalev right for the picking? Some would say yes, and others, we might not think it's the right time. It's the right moment. About a fight ago, maybe we thought he was takeable. But now with this merger with Buddy McGirt, he's looking good. It's only one fight, so it's hard to tell. But sucks to be Yarde if your next fight is with Kovalev, and he's got a second training camp with Buddy McGirt. To put together something that he did versus Eldelier Alvarez. But we're going to be talking about the 175-pound division. We're going to be talking about the self-proclaimed 175-pound cash cow, Anthony Yarde. Fighters like, I don't even know, Hosea Burton or something. Yeah, he wants a piece of Yarde. You got Joshua Buatsi wanting a piece of Yarde. Many people want a piece of Yarde. Kovalev, on the other hand, thinks that it's too soon for Yarde. Thinks he's a young pup and he needs to watch himself. But this is what we're going to be talking about. If you're interested, you already know the number to call in. If you don't, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Let's go on out to Akan. King Akan in the UK. What up, champ?
What's up? Yesterday was another good show. I had to kind of get away early because I had to be up in 3 hours, but that was a long show. I listened back to it this morning. It was a good show. Anthony Yarde, big step up, very big step up. If he pulls this off, I think he's really announced himself. But we have to take into consideration that it's not the normal route for a Frank Warren fighter to go, because the normal route for a Frank Warren fighter is challenge for the British, challenge for a European, and then potentially go up to world level. He's essentially skipped the British and the European titles to go straight for a world title. So it's a huge step up.
Totally agree, but let's go ahead and introduce our other half.
I think
speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. I can't say it enough. I speak it, believe it.
Windows attempt, 2 attempts, handed bands over. Sicko hit, shot and miss, 2 to stand over.
Turn up.
Breadwinner, huh? Look who in the building. Let me check my Instagram. I might be at 1 million.
And I'm in.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Drop the ball, Mike, again. Michael?
he said he's on the phone.
Oh. Well, all right. So I don't know how we start this one. He's the fanboy of Yarde, because I could care less. I'm just being real. I'm going to take the hating route. I like doing that. I'm hating on Yarde. He's sitting around waiting for this type of opportunity. We got some audio which I'll play that just helps me in the way that I feel, because Andre Ward was very honest. So we'll listen to his quick interview and then get into it.
I haven't seen a lot of, is it Yarde?
Yeah.
I haven't seen a lot of them. I've seen them against, lower competition, so it's hard to get a read. I need to see against a top contender or another, current champion or former champion. I haven't seen that yet, so I can't really speak on Yarde. I think he's got athleticism. I'm not a fan of the bulk because I know how that can go in a tough fight. That blood starts to fill up in those muscles, and we'll see a totally different guy. And nobody's exempt. It's not a good build, for a boxer at any weight class. He was able to get away with it, but he's the exception, not the rule, Timothy. So I'm not a fan of that, but I think he's got a lot of skill. A big man, he moves good, so he's got a shot.
Could we upset him? Could he upset Kovalev?
It's possible, but it's not going to be easy. He's going to have to walk through some fire to get it. If he's willing to do that, and if he can do that, it's possible for sure. It's possible. It won't be easy.
So how do you feel, Khan? I mean, what do you think about Ward's statement and the fact that he thinks it is possible for Anthony Yarde, but he's saying it won't be easy. It will be some fire that he's going to have to walk through.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with him. I think it's not going to be easy because he's not got that experience of even beating someone that's been in with a champion. So now you're taking him from, no disrespect to Travis Reeves, but taking him from Reeves straight up to Kovalev. He's not been challenged. He's not been tested. He's not really been put in with anyone that can really hurt him either. So he's not been put in with big punches. But it seems like they're willing to take this risk. I think Frank Warren has come out and he said, well, Kovalev is there for the taking. Tunde Ajayi has actually watched 2 of Kovalev's fights as well. So I believe Team Yarde is confident that he can take this. But I just feel like experience is a lot in boxing. And if you haven't been in with someone that has tested even a world champion or has been deep in the trenches with a champion, it might be too soon. I just feel like when I look at even the rankings and I think the people that are ranked just above Yarde's skipping them all. He's going straight for a champion. So I don't know. It'll be a huge deal if he wins.
Now here's my argument, and people are probably like, "Oh, you're just a hater. Why are you hating on Yarde? He's going up to fight a champ." And that's my issue. It's like you haven't been on this level. We've been asking you to prove that you're on this level, and now you're going to skip 3 or 4 or 5 levels and go straight to a Kovalev. And I think this is the generation that we're in now, Akan. We're in a generation where the fighters want to be smarter than the fans, and they're saying, well, I know what to do. I can hold my undefeated record forever until I get a title shot. And if I lose versus a champion, no one's the smarter. I don't get shit on because that's my first time stepping up. Whereas traditionally, we already knew if a guy was on this level before he got a title shot. But there's so many politics, so many alliances, so much bullshit in boxing that a guy like Yarde, coming off of Travis Reeves, is actually getting a fucking world title shot. It's ridiculous. And honestly, there's nothing personal against Yarde, but show that you on this level. I'm going to go to his box rec and see where he's ranked in the world and just see who is above or around him, and do they deserve it more than him? And is he getting it because he has this global sponsor with Adidas? Is he getting it because, he's the more marketable fighter in the division at the moment? Or is he getting it based off the skill? Because if it's off the skill, then let's ride with him. Why? Because he don't got no amateur background. He did it off his back, off the muscle. Let's ride with him. Let's support him. But at the same time, we can't just jump on a bandwagon. Unfortunately for guys like me, I'm on the fence. I wanted to see you step up before Kovalev because, again, you got a preordained excuse now if you lose. So I'm waiting to the fight.
It is very true. I think it's one of those where he loses and it's the Canelo thing. Okay, he was in with Mayweather and Mayweather was just too much for him. He can go back and he can rebuild. he wins. It's a win-win situation for him either way because Yarde doesn't come out of this looking bad. He doesn't. He loses, and it's like you lost against the champion. You'll come again. He wins, and it's like, oh, you beat the champion. You might be the man in the division now. So it's like, I don't know. I think if he had taken if he had even taken anyone that's top 10 in the division currently, it would have prepared him for that step up. This step up might just be just too big, but they seem confident. So I mean, we have to commend him for taking it.
I think you don't necessarily need a fighter to prepare you. You could be ready. But let's flip it for the other guy that everybody's hot on. All the hipsters are hot on. Alexander Godcheck, right? But Godcheck did it right. Even though he was sped up, he did it right. Tommy Karpensi is somebody that can upset your ass. He's upset people. Isaac Chilemba is somebody that's been in with somebody. Like before he got to Adonis, he fought Muhammadi, somebody that was in with somebody. Like, why is Yarde not even fighting these type of dudes? What's the fear? What you afraid of? Why we can't get no motherfucking
out? No fear, bro. I've been listening like half, but you guys are fucking going insane right now, bro. Why would you fight a low level, domestic level British fighter when you got a
low level
fighter, when you got a world title fight, a world title shot in your future? Like, right, the BA has ordered it, so why go back and fight Callum Johnson or a fuking Jose Burton?
You're in at the wrong time because we're not saying don't take your title shot.
Okay,
we're saying it's unfair how you got here. You ain't do shit. We don't know shit about you.
All right.
Well, I just explained it to you. Look at all the names on Godcheck's resume.
A lot of people get title shots and they don't do half the shit a Yarde done.
Brother, Godcheck got 16 fights and he got 4 notable names on his resume and he fought and beat Adonis Stevenson. Stop making excuses for your
because you don't know the names on Yarde's resume doesn't mean those names aren't reputable. So I'm sorry. Can't go down that route.
Wait. What's your excuse?
Because you don't know the names on your resume doesn't mean they're not reputable. Tunde had like a whole little segment about the guys he's fighting and why it was good enough for him to fight that guy, but it's not good enough for him to fight Yarde. So it's a whole little segment on BT Sports. They cover it beautifully. Where Tunde explain what's going on.
I don't give a fuck what Tunde explained.
Hey, well, that's you. That's your problem.
I've been watching boxing longer than y'all been fucking fighting.
Oh, wow.
Longer than you've been fighting. So shut the fuck up with that bullshit. These names are strong.
What's that mean? You've been watching boxing long and you still kind of don't know shit. So what does that mean?
Oh, and you know something. You like
I don't know shit either. I just know that a man who has a WBO shot is not about to go back down to fight lower level opponents. Period.
I know what you know. You like protecting. You got all of these.
He's about to get in the ring with Kovalev. How is that protecting?
Because it don't count now, just like Mikey. You going in already knowing the world think you losing. That shit don't count. It's okay if you lose. Why you ain't fight none of the other dudes out there? None of the top 10. Not one dude in the top 10. That's a con typing ass, man. You don't listen.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. Yeah. Mike, Yarde hasn't fought anyone in the top 30.
They're not currently ranked in the
Yarde hasn't fought anybody that's ranked
currently in the top 30.
Okay, regardless of everything is current.
When he fought Avalon, I think Avalon was like 25 or 27. When he fought
25. No, we said top 10, man.
He said he just said top 30, Ness. I'm not talking to you.
Yo, he called out a top 30.
He just said he hadn't fought anybody in top 30, and I just proved it.
I did, but I didn't know that he was in the top 25 before that.
I don't give a fuck if you say he didn't fight nobody in the top 30, and I'm gonna mention the top 25, like 5 rankings below 30. Like y'all did something. Like get the fuck out of here, man. Come on, look at Marcus Brown. Okay, prospect. Let's compare them. Marcus Brown before he fought Badu Jack, right? Look at all the names Marcus Brown fought: Aaron Pryor Jr., Cornelius White, Gabriel Campillo, Shawnee Monahan. These are setups to let you see if this man got skills. They ain't keeping him away from dudes that can fuck up that path. And that's what I feel that Atunde has done. That's why he's coined this phrase, timing. And yeah, it's going to sound good and look good if Yarde wins versus Kovalev. But my point is, he ain't take the Teofimo, Devin Haney, Shakur Stevens route. He ain't fighting dudes of his caliber on the way there to show you that I belong here. In fact, the public, the fans, the chat rooms call him a fucking duck. They call him a duck for mad years. This ain't today's news. Mike over here with this.
Who he been ducking, man? Let me know that.
No, but Mike, the reason why that has a point. Let me tell you.
Who he been ducking?
I got one.
Who he been ducking?
Didn't he have a domestic level dispute with another fighter about a year ago?
Frank Buckley on it. He ain't want that work. He ain't want it. He was just talking. Got his ass knocked out. Who he been ducking? Who he been ducking? No. You know the names, right? You said he been ducking. Who has he been ducking?
I know the names. I'm making you tell me because you know the names.
All right, bro. Okay. Go ahead. Go.
I'm not done.
Go,
I'm not done. Now the other domestic dude that he's been ducking. What's his name? A dark-skinned brother. Go ahead. Tell the word for us. Tell the word for us.
He's ducking a dark-skinned brother?
Who the dark-skinned brother he ducking?
He's ducking Buatsi. Yeah. So you're saying he's ducking Buatsi.
Okay, so now that's
100%. He's 100%
you said he's ducking Buatsi.
I'm not done. I got another one, motherfucker. I got another one. What's my man name who pronounces his name like he spelled like it's
Jose Burton?
Jose Burton.
Like it's Jose, but it's with an H.
Jose? He ain't ducking Jose Burton. Boy, you guys are funny, man.
He ain't ducking him?
Oh, no, Mike, let me make the point. Mike, let me make the point that I was trying to make earlier. The reason why it is more so a duck than anything else. Let me explain to you why. It's because Tunde Ajayi has come out and said that Anthony Yarde's opponents have been better than the likes of Callum Johnson, Buatsi, and Jose Burton because they're ranked higher on BoxRec.
I agree.
And bear in mind,
I agree with one of those names, not Buatsi and not Johnson.
But that's what he's essentially said. So every time, because there's a lot of criticism, especially from the UK.
I don't agree with nothing, Crawford. Whoever you protect, homie. That's what you do.
All right, bro. That's your opinion. Go ahead, Akan. Sorry for
because because the reality is that with these fights, people were the UK have been very critical. A lot of people have been critical of Yarde in terms of his opponents that he's faced. A lot of them have been critical, and that's led to Team Yarde. 100%. But that's led to Yarde's team coming out and saying, "Okay, well, hold on." Like the fighter that you just mentioned, that you said was ranked 25th before he fought Yarde. So at the moment in time that he fought Yarde, the issue with it is that his trainer has come out.
Actually, I was wrong about that name. It was Nikola. I can't say his last name, but the guy he fought, his name was Nikola. He was ranked in the top 30, not the other guy. I do apologize.
His last name.
I'm sorry.
You can't say his last name, and you don't know
SJEKLOCA. Say it.
Who he fought after?
SJEKLOCA. Saying this.
Who did he fight after? Who did he fight after? Exactly.
Let me check. He fought
fucking babysitter. That's what you do.
Yeah, but that's the problem, though, Mike. His trainer in Tunde Ajayi has come out and said, "Well, these fighters are higher ranked." He's used it as an excuse as to why he's not going to fight the Callum Johnsons. He's not going to fight Buatsi. He's not going to fight Jose Burton because they're not on the level.
He's fighting Kovalev next, though.
No. I know. That's what I'm trying to say. I know.
Atunde Ajayi has been deflecting since y'all started his career. He's like, if you say, yo, but people call, he's like, of course they call, he's the cash cow. Oh, no one has a sponsorship. Man, get the fuck out of there and get in the ring, man. Talking this sponsorship bullshit, trying to make yourself a cash cow based off nada. Callum Johnson even got better names on the resume, win or lose. Nada, man. You done nada but look good. And, hey, yo, credit to them. Credit. Marketing geniuses. Motherfucking Mike all the way in Dallas, 3,000 miles away, on border was talking about Lions in the camp. They got him brainwashed. Where the fuck the Lions on your resume?
After he beat Kovalev, he'll gain your respect, bro. Y'all just don't see what I say. So I understand. I understand.
So he gonna gain my respect after Ward knocked out Kovalev and motherfucker Elderly Alvarez knocked out Kovalev. Now all of a sudden, I'm gonna give you all this credit. Nah, dog. People done did that. Nah, dog. I ain't done, Mike. I ain't done. Nah, dog. People know my man drink vodka. Nah, dog. People know he got a hard problem listening to trainers. Nah, dog. This is 4th trainer, 3rd trainer. Nah, you ain't fooling me. And I ain't about to do a show letting you fool my public. Mike could do that like he loved doing because he the babysitter.
I don't understand how I'm fooling the public when if he beats a 2
Because you be trying to lie about these resumes. You be trying to lie about you trying to make these resumes bigger than what they are.
I'm not saying that they're bigger than what they are. Only point that I was trying to make that to Akan's point, he has fought a guy in the top 30. Cool. That's all I was saying.
Cool.
Top 10, he has not.
Top 30, disrespect.
Top 10, he has not. But
top 10, disrespect. When we talk about in boxing, it's top 10. And that's all that we got to say. You know what I mean? You like to make it cool for dudes not to fight nobody. You know?
No. I don't make it cool for not to fight nobody, but
Archer better be 13-0. He got less fights than your man. He's a champ, and he been in with more names than you.
And he's a Olympian too.
I'm just showing you, bro.
I'm just telling you the facts, nigga.
Nobody in his
you can brag about everybody else, but the facts are still the facts. The guy had 12 amateur fights, 17 pro fights, 29 total fights overall, and he still and he challenging for a world title coming up his next fight. 30 fights challenging for a world title. Who does that?
I'm sorry, I didn't want to cut you off. You done? Because we don't got to argue. If you gonna tell me Nesta, based off his limited amateur background, I'm giving him a pass. That's why I don't care. He ain't fight a top 10 yet because he's learning on the job. That is cool, Mike. But I need you to preface it that way for the casual fans that stumble on each individual episode. When you running around here talking about lines in the camp, we don't, whatever you say, we don't die, we multiply, all these bullshit slogans they out there spitting, but they ain't fighting nobody in the top 10. I need you to always say lines in the camp, but we ain't ready for a line just yet.
He fighting Kovalev, but he not a line.
Lines in the camp, but we ain't got the amateur background, so we gonna just wait when the timing is right.
He's getting a WBO title shot now. Like, I don't understand. Like you say he ain't fought nobody, but his next fight he's stepping in with somebody who has fought.
This ain't even guaranteed.
No, there's no guarantee now.
Ain't even guaranteed. So
if they don't take this damn title shot, then you can say, "Oh yeah, he definitely ducking a Kovalev."
He's only been ordered.
No,
how many times has Dillian White been ordered in some shit and he ain't get it? He want to sue the WBC. So let's stop acting like this is fucking set in stone.
Okay. Akan, you had some.
I was gonna say it was actually ordered. Jose Burton versus Yarde was ordered for the final eliminator.
For the British title.
Yeah, final eliminator, I believe, for the British title.
They passed that.
They passed that up, and Yarde got a title shot last year too. Who was that against?
First UK cat I seen not care about a British title. Keep it real.
It's true.
Keep it real. Because I'm the main one saying fuck British titles, and they be like, nah, Ness, that means something to these fighters out here. Domestic level belts is important, but not to Yarde. Not when it's smoke on the other end of that motherfucking belt. But we'll see. We'll see. Final thoughts?
We don't get weak, nigga. We get deep. You know what I'm saying? Lines in the camp. Goddamn right. Let's go.
Got you.
Mike, super chat. Jack Kilsby.
Let me get to him. Go ahead and get your final thoughts, and I can get to the super chat.
Yeah. So it's a big step up. It's a huge step up. I hope he takes the fight. I hope we don't get something in the lines of like, oh, he's picked up an injury. Frank Warren is known to do that too. So he's known to know how to build. He's a very smart man, and I think Team Yarde is very smart too. I do believe they genuinely want this fight. I believe they think they can beat Kovalev. All credit to him if he beats him. All credit to him. But I won't be someone that will turn around and say, oh, do you know what? Yarde just took too much of a step up. He'll build again. Yarde had the opportunity to build up his experience by fighting these top British fighters, fighting top European fighters. He's gone for a world title shot, so we have to commend him. But I just won't feel sorry for him if he loses.
So Ness, I was gonna ask Ness. So let me get this right. You want Yarde to fight a guy in the top 10, then go for a world title? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Okay. Yes, and I'll give you my explanation. Right.
Okay.
Because of the politics of boxing, because of alliances like Frank Warren and Bob Arum have with the WBO, a guy like Yarde can actually get ordered by the WBO to face the champion without fighting a top 10 fighter. That is utterly disrespectful to every fighter in the world. Yarde hasn't fought anyone to make him mandatory. He hasn't beat the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It don't make no fucking sense. Other than Yarde is a bigger check for the commissions. For the sanctioning body, because they get a percentage. That's it. He's more popular. Kovalev and Yarde is a bigger fight than Kovalev and, I don't know, fucking Shawnee Monahan, right? So, like, it's going to be worth more to them. But it doesn't mean that Yarde deserves it. All the people that don't got for the Tevin Farmers of the world before they got with Eddie Hearn, they didn't get this opportunity. You don't just get a title shot because you yell a couple of fucking slogans in the air on every YouTube video. It's not fair, bro. It's not fair. That's why in Border Wars we don't have none of that shit. Because we try to stay away from the bullshit of boxing. And on this show, we need to do that. Like, call the bullshit. Yo, is Yarde talented? Sure, he looks like it. Does Yarde look good? Absolutely. It's a marketer's dream. But that's where it stops. We need to know how good he is. Like, we don't know yet.
According to the WBO rankings, number 1 is Gilberto Ramirez.
A guy in that fight.
Number 2, Anthony Yarde. Number 3, Basel off from Germany. Another guy named Lee, who's from the United States. Mike Lee. Never heard of him.
I think Mike Lee is that dude. Somebody's about to fight Mike Lee right now.
Yeah, Southern Barrero, number 7. He's notable. Caparelli, number 9. He's notable.
Barrera's been calling out Yarde nonstop, and Kovalev.
Yes, he has.
For years. Come on, man. And Barrera been in there with some. That's what I'm saying. Yarde don't even got a Shabaransky, kid. Like, it shouldn't be okay for you, Mike. And because when you got to understand, now you went to a fight and you seen people watching you. They listening to things you say. You got to be careful. You do it for fun. Sometimes you do it to get under my skin, but it ain't right. This ain't the route. It's not fair. It's not fair.
Boxing not fair, man. It's all about politics and what you know and who you know.
Our show is to teach. We the voice of the people.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Boxing. We ain't the voice of the politics of boxing.
We're not, but we can't sit here and act like those things don't exist. Like, just throw them to the side.
We're not acting like they don't exist. What we doing is telling the people, our people, the truth. And the truth is, he don't belong in the ring until he proves he could belong. It's not fair to the rest of the people proving they belong that he gets a shot.
So he can't prove that he belongs against a champion?
Not by skipping the top 10. Everybody in the chat confirmed that he ducked all those names I said, bro. You the only one not saying.
Yeah. I don't think he ducked. Those names. Just I don't think Buatsi and him is a big fight, and I don't think.
Why does it gotta be fit? Why does it gotta be big? So you telling me when Marcus Brown fought Campillo, it was big? What about when he fought top dog Thomas Williams? Was that big? Because he was knocked out before Marcus fight him. Why
both those guys are on different levels?
Why for Yarde? Niggas got to be big in order for him to get in the fucking ring. He can't get in with somebody decent than us. Oh, it's a big fight. Oh, it's not a big fight. Come on. Arthur Betterby was getting in with people. It wasn't a big fight. You need names on the resume.
He's going to get a name with Kovalev. Like, I don't understand. Like, this guy is fighting.
Mike, no one's saying he's not going to get a name. Mike, no one's going to say he's not getting a name. The problem that I have is obviously I'm seeing it in the chat too, and you guys are saying, "Oh, we're hating on Yarde." The problem is that there's no hate on Yarde. Yarde has been screaming lines in the camp. Yarde's been screaming all of this stuff, Mike, but he's not fought anyone top 10. That's the only issue that I understand. He's got a title shot. I support his title shot. I don't even want him to win. I'm from the UK. He's from the UK. I would want him to win. But my issue is that if he loses, I understand that people are going to say, Yarde, he can rebuild, he can come back, just like Canelo did after the Mayweather fight. He can come back. But my issue is that he can't then say, you've been fighting people that are better than Buatsi, better than Callum Johnson, better than all these likes, and then go and lose and think that we're gonna feel sorry for you. He won't get that sympathy over here.
He won't get it innocently for losing. None.
Here's another blueprint, right? When Joe Smith Jr. stepped on the scene, he was knocking dudes out, but he was fighting opponents that are not worth mentioning. He had one domestic level New York fight with Will Rosinski. Will Rosinski is a firefighter, signed to Lou DiBella, decent level guy that if you can't beat, you not good. Joe Smith Jr., blue collar guy, you know, he's a union worker. So for New York City, Lou DiBella being the promoter, that was the perfect domestic type of fight, similar to Yarde and somebody from the UK would be in. So now it's the fighter versus the blue collar construction worker. Joe Smith beats him. He gets an opportunity for beating him. He fights Fonfora, Andre Fonfora, who's been in the ring, not a world champion. He's been in the ring. Maybe he was a former world champion. I'm not sure. But what I'm saying is at the time, they didn't throw Smith to a world title. Why? Because we got to see, do you deserve it? So they give him Fonfora. He beats the shit out of Fonfora, knocks him out. Now he gets his opportunity at a world title versus Bernard. There's no skipping. What'd he do? He knocked Bernard through the ropes. Next fight, Sullivan Barrera. No ducking, no dodging.
The Bernard wasn't for a world title.
Yes, it was. WBC, international light heavyweight title.
All right, Ness.
Setting him up. It was a setup, you know. Get you. How else you get in the rankings, champ? Same way your man getting ordered, right? But even if it wasn't a world title, that Mike, it's even better that it's not for a world title. Guess why? Because that makes my point. It's hammering.
Yeah. It goes to him to Barrera to Pivo.
It's hammering my point more that a fighter has a path. You know, going the backdoor route, you're gonna get this type of negative publicity. Is just the bottom line. You could take the backdoor route, and then you can beat Kovalev in explosive fashion, and no one remembers, no one cares about how you got there. But if you don't win, there will be an issue. You know, and I know what Akan is saying, because everybody's going, you know, slap him on the wrist and say, it's okay. It's okay. You can rebuild. It was Kovalev. You can rebuild, but he never fought the Joe Smiths, the Sullivan Barreras, not even the Shabaranskis, bruh. Like, where's this dude been at? He out there hiding. All his opponents, every week of the fight, there's a new headline about Yarde's opponent pulling out. You don't find that strange? 20-something fights, 20 pullouts, 2-3 weeks every time before the fight? Come on, bruh. Like, can this man fight somebody that's been in the 8-week training camp? You out here yelling lines in the camp. He the only one in camp. That's why he winning. He gave motherfuckers at 3 weeks notice, 2 weeks notice. Lines in the camp. Only we could train. Only we could train. We training for 10 weeks. Now we want you to fight us now. The fuck out of here, bro. Come on, man. And I love Tundi, and I fuck with Yarde. I met him. We talked. He's so intelligent. Like, he's a great speaker. He gonna do well for the sport. But you chose this route. And if he don't whitewash Kovalev, this the backlash you get for going the backdoor route. It's just, this is the backdoor route, man. You can't give me one other 175-pounder that took this route. Everybody current active right now has fought each other to get to the top. Bivol, Barrera, Joe Smith, Shabaranski, Sullivan Barrera, Andre Ward, Kovalev, everybody, Bernard, fucking Muhammadi. Muhammadi fought more names than Yarde, bruh. It's not fair, man. It's not fair. It's not fair.
Muhammadi, he didn't want to fight Yarde. Actually, they were scheduled to fight, and he pulled out.
Bro, you gonna believe that? Click on Muhammadi's record, bro. Click on his record. Look at the names he fought, man.
Govchek. Last person he fought was Govchek.
Exactly. You disrespectful. Look at the names on.
I'm being disrespectful because I've always said, like, I don't know if you heard, but I always said before Govchek got his world title fight, he fought a guy who was moving up from 168 to 175 and won 12 rounds with him, and the guy was touching his ass. So that's why I didn't think Gavchek was going to beat Adonis Stevenson. I thought Adonis Stevenson was going to knock Gavchek out, but a lot of things changed.
Gavchek fought 168-pounder moving up in between, already fighting and defeating Isaac Chilemba, who had 2 fights with Adonis Stevenson.
Yes, and it's very tough to look good against Isaac Chilemba.
Pensy, who fucking upset somebody. Let me show you who he upset. Chad Dawson.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, stop it, man. Stop it. This is what the fuck I do for a living.
Bro, I'm not saying that anything was wrong. I'm just saying Muhammad didn't want to fight Yarde.
I'm talking in general. Tunde Ajayi cannot fake me out. He can't fake me out. Motherfucking Spencer Fearon could come on this show 12 times and talk to his face turn blue. Give a fuck about timing. The way shit is done is the way shit is done, and they doing it different. And there's a reason they doing it different. And normally when you do it this way, we think it's ducking. Now I'm at Muhammad's record. Look at my man. Look at who he fought. Gavchek, Kovalev. Those 2 names alone, right, are good enough. And one of those names I'd be happy with your man at least stepping in the ring with.
He was going to fight Muhammad, but Muhammad pulled out. I mean, can't help it. Like, Muhammad was the opponent that was Travis Reeves, but you know what I'm saying? That's why Travis Reeves got 4 weeks or 3-week training camp.
I just can't believe that Muhammad will pull out when he already fought Gavchek and Kovalev.
I mean, look on boxing scene, brother.
He even fought Chudinov, champ. You wildin'. All of these are proven favorites in a fight with him. You know what I'm saying? You wildin'. You steady trying to defend your man is impossible. Chudinov was a former champ, I believe.
I'm defending a guy, but saying what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, how am I defending a guy when Muhammad actually pulled out?
Take the fight. Bro, he fought better people. Why wouldn't he take it? Well, they lowballed.
You tell me, Ness.
Lowballed him.
No. It was already scheduled. It was already agreed upon. He was going to fight Muhammad. Muhammad, like, he must got an injury or some shit. He pulled out.
I don't see it. Whatever.
Cool.
Fine. Those are my final thoughts. Whatever. Your man did what he had to do to get the title shot.
Hey man, I'm ready for this title shot. Kovalev versus Yarde. I think it would be a damn good fight, but like I've always said, I think Yarde will actually, and you can start throwing Brown name in there. Also, I think those 3 guys are the future of the light heavyweight division, and I just can't wait to see a new ring for Anthony Yarde.
They gonna want to do that shit pay-per-view to get in there with Brown.
I doubt that, but
timing. Soon as they start asking about Brown, I'm like, nah, that's a pay-per-view fight.
I doubt they do all that, but okay.
If we start talking about Brown and y'all gonna sign to ESPN.
He's already probably with ESPN, bro.
When you see something official, like
come on, man. We talked about this shit last night, man. We said we're probably gonna see all these MTK Global fighters or Frank Warren fighters sign with ESPN.
He not MTK. Yesterday I said you're gonna see all MTK. He not MTK.
You sure?
He last on the list.
He last on. Okay.
I'm just saying in terms of MTK first, like you got to get through. They just got through Frampton. They got to solidify Billy Joe's deal. They probably gonna do Warrington's deal. You know, they're gonna get through those guys.
Still got Dubois. You still got Yarde.
That's another one.
Yeah.
And we heard rumors of Dubois.
We seen. I think he's supposed to like challenge somebody.
Don't get me wrong. I guarantee there's gonna be some verbiage, some sort of language in that contract because he's gonna fight Kovalev on HBO. I mean, ESPN. And Kovalev has a deal now with ESPN. When Kovalev fought Elderly Alvarez, they wanted to have a deal with Elderly. Like they're invested in this division, so they ain't gonna just bring Yarde over here for nothing. They gonna pay him and they gonna make sure they keep him if he wins.
And being that main event is still with ESPN, right? Like with some kind of capacity, right?
I have no clue, man. And main events is sad because they're all women.
I know, but isn't Kovalev a part of main events though? Like, isn't it like a co-promotional kind of thing?
Well, yeah, with Top Rank for Kovalev, that don't mean because you sign one of my fighters, my whole stable's with you.
I just figured like if you're going to sign like a light heavyweight, you would sign the whole light heavyweight from a main events like Barrera and Kovalev.
You see Barrera out here begging for fights on Twitter.
And that's crazy, man. Sullivan Rare should not be out here begging for fights. Somebody should.
I mean, Eddie don't like everybody because they got people in that division on Dazn and they ain't sent him no little deals.
Yeah, that's true.
And he out here actively trying to fight cats.
Yeah, he said he retired.
He fought war, and this is what I'm saying. My man got like less than 20 fights and already fought War, Kovalev, Shabaransky. Meanwhile, you talking about lions in the camp. And he ain't fight nobody. Can't spell half the people on his fucking resume's name.
Again, Barrera is an Olympian, Cuban background, man. Come on, Ness. You heard me. You heard my feelings over here, bro. You smarter than that, bro.
Thinking about the amateur background.
I'm just like,
I thought he was special. When they took Lion King, they took little Simba and they put him in the sun like that. You know what I'm saying? It's because he was special. I thought it was lions in the camp, champ.
Hey, we'll see. Got them 30 days from now.
Yo, what's Sunday Ajayi, man? I'm about to call Stan.
But if you're listening right now on YouTube, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. If you want to go one step farther, check out the zone link in the description box. Go ahead and get your first month free, and it's $9.99 a month. After that, a lot of cards, WBSS, Golden Boy, and also Matchroom. So you can look forward to Canelo Jacobs, Big Baby AJ. So if you want to sign to the zone and get that first month free and check out some great fights like we had over the weekend with Tevin Farmer and John O'Carroll, go ahead and use our hyperlink to sign up. But yeah, man, I'm ready for this fight, man. I'm ready for Yarde to prove all the naysayers and the doubters wrong and just become a world champion like I believe he will be.
This will be a big fight. I think if Yarde does win it, he does become a star. I think he becomes a star in boxing. How big of a star, I'm not entirely sure, but he becomes a star. He announces himself in that division. If he wins it, it's a huge step up.
Is this a big enough fight to take place on on UK soil?
Oh,
is it a bigger fight in the US or
how would Kovalev go to this B-side home country? Yo, you disrespect
for the money though. Can I just finish my point, man? For the money,
the issue there is though, Mike.
When you say there is more money in the US, I mean in the UK for a Kovalev fight than in the US, because
I would have to say it's in the US too, because Yarde has had more exposure. It's crazy, but Yarde has actually had more exposure in the US in terms of like national exposure than he's had in the UK, because the BT Sport isn't as big as Sky Sports is. So he's had more exposure there. So I feel like, and also the centers he's fought in and the venues he's fought in, he hasn't headlined a huge venue yet. I don't know if that was Frank Warren's plan all along, to kind of get him a title first before he then puts him in an arena or something along those lines. But
that's
why I don't think he can do that in the UK.
You get that buzz going about Yarde at these smaller venues, and then when a credible and a big fight is coming towards you like a Kovalev, you try to maybe have that in the UK. I mean, I'm pretty sure they could do it like at the Wembley SSS Arena or something like that. Don't sound nicer than you. Nice venue.
But I think the success of that would be based on the undercard too. You would have to really sell that undercard. That undercard would need to be a real good one.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Going out to DC.
Dollar D Beyonce Productions.
J Hardcore Boxing. You know that shit about boxing.
BoxingVoice.com. Okay. Ooh, what's up there, fellas? How y'all feeling today?
Morning, champ.
What's happening, man? Boy, y'all did y'all thing this weekend. Really enjoyed the live thing that y'all did yesterday evening. That was wild, man. Y'all really did y'all thing. Big ups to you all. Other than that, man, I don't think y'all should get this opportunity as well, man. It seems like there's a lot of that going on. I'm still tripping off of when they allow Lomachenko just to come in and do all the things that he do straight out the Olympics. I mean, you know, these days it just don't seem like you got to do anything anymore. When I was coming up, man, you had to fight to get to the top, man. It was almost like game of death. And now all you got to do is have a great record coming out the Olympics and have the WBO behind you or top ranks or somebody like that. And next thing you know, you're a superstar. I just don't think it should be like that. It's totally wrong, you know, but that's how they're doing it now. And it's all politics and it's all favoritism and it's all about who got that relationship. I mean, basically, Bob Earn owned the WBO. So, I mean, that's just how they doing it now. It's not fair, but that's how they doing it now. And that's what it is, man. So until we actually stand up and say something and do something about it, it's going to keep on being done. You know, we're going to be force-fed this shit. And that's just how it is. That's my call. Y'all keep doing the things y'all doing. It's impressive. I'm out of here.
Jay, thanks for calling in. We're going to H Money. Talk to me. Good morning.
What's up with it? What's going on? How y'all doing it this morning? Shout out to my big brother Ness. Shout out to my big brother Mike. You know what's going on. I just want to talk Devin Haney. Devin Haney was at the Dazn card. He was scouting. He was watching Luke Campbell. I want to talk about Devin Haney versus Tevin Farmer. That could be a big money fight. I see Devin Haney as the number one prospect in boxing. He's only 20 years old.
Class,
he trained with Floyd Mayweather. Oh, 2 different weight classes. Okay. They can meet up in the future, possibly. I got Devin Haney destroying Tevin Farmer. That's a bigger fight than Gervonta Davis and Tevin Farmer. I believe Devin Haney, he actually beat up Tank Davis in a sparring match. Floyd Mayweather Sr. confirmed that. Also, I like Eddie Hearn going right now. And I want to talk about Earl Spence. I called it out. I know y'all remember that last call I did. I told y'all Earl Spence, pound for pound king. Earl Spence, he pitched the shutout, bro. He was looking like Nolan Ryan with a shutout right there, man. Every round, destroyed him, beat him up to the body, beat him up to the brain. Robert Garcia, he wanted to stop the fight. I think he should have stopped the fight. Mikey Garcia looking like damaged goods. Timothy Bradley said Mikey Garcia might be done. It might be the end of Mikey Garcia. So pretty much that's what I wanted to talk about. Earl Spence came out there with Yellow Beezy. You know, Yellow Beezy is a big star in Texas, a big star in the rap game. That's a good look.
Cut it. Good call, H Money. Thanks for calling in. I guess we could touch on some of the stuff he said. Haney Farmer. Haney is like 135, so he's sucking down to get the 35. That, you know, Farmer would need a lot of money for that. It would be, you know, sacrificial lamb. Farmer has no power to keep Haney off of him. Haney sharp, fast, and seems pretty.
I think we're missing the bigger picture though, and you kind of uncovered that with your interview with Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn is possibly making a play at David Haney, right?
Yeah. Man, I sent it to Ron before we got to Dallas. He ain't never get to it. I don't think I put it out.
He's I know in the next video, I think it was Devin Haney and another blue chip prospect, which I'm not going. Damn, you gave it away. Okay, I ain't want to give it away, but yeah, Jerron Ennis and Devin Haney, Eddie Hearn was talking about possibly making some offers too. So that'll be exciting to see two young welterweights go over to the zone and see how that plays out. Well, Devin Haney is 135. You're right.
But he'll get there eventually.
Think so?
I mean, if you're at 135 now,
20, yeah, you're right.
You'll get there. You know, you could be the future welterweight of the zone if you're looking at it like that.
How much money does it take to get Devin Haney to quit doing what he's doing?
I don't know. But when I interviewed Eddie, I told him that I didn't think it was possible.
Me either.
Because Showtime has already invested a lot of money. That was the first prospect ever that they did an all access 2-part series. That shit was insane. Not that the content was great. You know, I don't mean it was insane from that standpoint. What I'm saying, it was insane to see a prospect get an all access, which is the equivalent to a 24/7 HBO series. I just never heard of that.
And from the looks of his house and like in his cars, like Devin Haney has been out here getting money. So Eddie Hearn going to come with a nice offer to make that young man try to go a different route because he's his own self promoter and does his own events. So he's definitely out here making some good money. So Eddie Hearn got to come with a good offer.
For sure. Let's get on out to the Nolia. Good morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you a young fella, and he comes from Magnolia.
N.O.
Yo, N.O., what's going on, homie? Got some news to break.
Busy. We're going to go to another boomeranger.
When my name come up, respect it.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Hey, yo, step that on to them, boy. Oh, yeah, talk the boy. Go suck out your mama bumbo. I'll give your father a body wash too.
What's going on, Deej?
Hey yo. So, yeah, with this whole argument here, I'm kind of leaning towards Mike here. But you guys,
You're a smart man.
Yeah. You know what? I understand your frustrations when it comes to Yarde, but one thing I would say is when Warren took Queensbury over to BT from Box Nation, it was clear that he was going to build a product on two relative prospects, one being Yarde, the other being Dubois. They've been the face of that thing, and they've just been having fight after fight after fight after fight. The only thing is Dubois got injured recently, so he's stuck at about 9 fights, and Yarde's just been fighting everyone they put in front of him, and he's been knocking them out of the park. Now, I understand people wanting the Buatsi fight and the Johnson fight. These guys are Sky guys, they're for competitors. So I can't understand people's frustrations, but you know what's best for business for Frank Warren, for his fighter to just be knocking it out of the park and everyone to become familiar with his fighter, or for him to be doing these fights which could be potentially pay-per-views later down the line, and pay-per-views which you can have on BT as the A side because he's established Yarde as being the bigger and better star. So I mean, the idea of a Buatsi being bigger than Yarde at the moment, for me, that's a little bit of illusion because I think even Buatsi's even on 9 fights.
Yeah, but no one's saying he's bigger. People are saying they should fight the same way that James DeGale and George Groves fought at 10 and 13 and 0. Why is Yarde staying away from all the domestic level fights that would have him build a good, solid foundation in his home country? He hasn't had one domestic fight to make him a draw in his home country. Our UK host said that he's probably been more exposed in America than in the UK. That makes no sense.
Do you know what? That's because you got these matchroom guys who don't watch anything on BT. At the end of the day, there's bigger stars in BT than Yarde, like the likes of Frampton and the likes of Billy Joe Saunders, but Yarde fights on that platform more often. So I don't know, that comment's a bit of nonsense to me still, at the end of the day.
Hold on, would you say BT Sport, is BT Sport bigger than Sky?
Oh, we know the answer to that.
I'm asking, is BT Sport bigger than Sky?
You don't watch it, you don't support BT.
Hold on. No, hold on. Is BT Sport bigger than Sky?
You're a boxing fan. So
I'm asking you, is it bigger than Sky?
Come on.
You didn't answer the question. Is it bigger than Sky?
Killing it in the UK. Out of all of them,
BT Sport Boxing has only launched in the last couple of years as well, man. I'm asking you a question. You didn't answer the question. The whole point is that
get his call off, man. You ain't got to answer your question if you don't want to. That's
he went 3 minutes there, so he got this full boomerang.
He sure did.
All right, Pat in Alabama. Good morning.
What's going on, Pit Pat?
Hey, good morning. Good morning, guys. First off, to everybody watching the show, smash those thumbs up button, man. Let's get the likes up. And I wanna say something. Hey, Mike, I'll answer something for you. When I first called in talking about this fight, Spence and Garcia being like Whitaker Chavez, a fight I attended back in '93. I wasn't saying that those fighters were on the level of those guys. I was just saying, being in Texas in an indoor arena, you was gonna have a huge influx of Mexican fans. That day was 63,000. You had about 50,000 Mexicans in there. So, I mean, it was going to be a huge, that's all I was comparing. I wasn't saying that was that level of type of fighters. I wasn't saying that.
You are definitely right. Because we had a boy, I'm telling you, it was packed in that Jerry Jones stadium.
Man, the Latinos come out to support their fighters. And I also want to say, man, that was huge that the champ, Deontay Wilder, gave a shout out to you guys about Border Wars, man. That was incredible, man. You know, so everybody, you know, continue to support this show, keep it jumping. So I really enjoyed that, guys. And I just want to tell you that, you know, Ness, I bet $28 to pay 103 on the fight going 12 rounds. I bet fit on Mike just cause of the odds to pay 130. I didn't pick up on that, but I won 103 betting 28. Then I bet 25 that he wasn't gonna get stopped in 4. I bet another 50 with a guy that said he wasn't gonna make it a distance. So I picked up on that, even though he didn't win the fight. So, you know, I bet with him, you know, just to survive. And I just want to say, you know, that's incredible that a guy 135 pounds came up and then get stopped after seeing Brooke get stopped by Triple G, after seeing Khan get stopped by Canelo, and then seeing Wrigley out quick. You know, that's incredible. So people got to look at that. Everybody was trying to make Spence out to be this killer like Tito Trinidad, and he's not. He's not a Trinidad killer. He's not that. And I still think that if they make the Crawford fight, I think Crawford going to get it. I think Crawford get it.
Cut it. It's all good. When people start speaking the truth, it's like to cut people off. It's all good, though.
If you want me to give everybody 3 minutes, you let me know off air. We'll decide that.
Yeah,
but I gave him 2 minutes because he was on fire. Remember, morning show is a minute per call.
Big up to you, Bud Crawford, man.
Sometimes throw a minute and a half at jokers. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go out to Rod in the 870.
What's going on, Rod? I think Rod was in the building too.
Yeah, definitely, man. I was in there watching fights in the ring and next to me. So yeah, it was a crunk fight. But no, I think Yarde stepping up to Kovalev. I think that's a good move for him. I know, you know, he hadn't done much domestically, but him fighting Kovalev, and if he can beat Kovalev, it will show that he's a legit champion. Because I like his style, but I still have question marks around him because he looked good against mediocre fighters. I want him to take that step up to see if he's ready for this challenge. And if he can defeat Kovalev, I think he'll be a player in the light heavyweight division for a while. Quick question for you guys to answer real quick.
90
I wanted to
seconds.
ask yesterday, didn't have time. When Earl Spence called out Sugar Ray Leonard and George Foreman and those guys, do you think that was fair or foul? Do you think he was being too sensitive? Or do you think it's right for him to do that?
Hell yeah, it's right.
I think it was right. It was right.
Hell yeah, it's right. If I get it right, I told you so. I'm bragging. You made a public, prediction on me. I should have the same right to make a public celebration.
And George Foreman took it a step further. He said Mikey Garcia beats him 9 out of 10 times. That's disrespect. So I feel like he was absolutely right to call him out.
Yo, Earl came right at George, like, come on, bro. You said he beat me 9 out of 10 because George was like, yo, Earl did it. I got it totally wrong. He ain't accept that. He's like, fuck.
Now George Foreman wasn't entirely wrong. They only fought once.
The hate is real, and that Crawford love.
I'm just fucking with y'all, man.
Crawford love is insane. I tell you, we going out to. We got
the building, man. What's going down?
Troy in Baltimore.
10 seconds.
What's going on, Troy and B More?
Morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Crawford love. Well, Crawford's a good fighter. I don't have too much to say about the Spence fight. It's nothing.
Well, we actually talk Anthony Yarde and Kovalev in the WBO order in that. People just getting out of context.
Just based on what you would. Okay. Oh, I'm glad you. Yes, yeah, because I heard you say that before I had to hang up and take a call. You said it's not fair what's going on with Yarde. Let me explain something to you. That's the way of boxing, man. It was the same way with your boy Deontay. Nobody knows who he fought before he got his title shot, but he got it and he won. The rest is history.
No, you don't know.
The same way.
You don't know, and you choose to
you
say
don't know
you
either.
don't know. You choose to say you don't know. Remember
either.
that the person that he
Who
fought,
fight?
the person that he fought to get a title shot was a last minute replacement. Go do your research. I'm not gonna keep teaching you. Do your research.
Thank you. Yeah, first of all, you have to study to be able to teach me, and you don't study.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so you can't teach me.
Yet I'm here
blessed
schooling
thing.
you, call
So
after
thank you.
call.
Yeah. Okay. Well, no. You speaking about going to school, but you don't go to school yourself. So how did you be a teacher?
I went to school in
You want to
this.
keep this going, or you want to get back to talking boxing?
No, we could keep it going. I don't have to go to. We could keep it going. Listen to me. I don't have to go to school. Maybe you should Google this. 10,000 hours of whatever you do makes you an expert. I think I got way more than 10,000 hours, champ. You need to keep calling.
32 years of what you do. 32 years is more than 10,000 hours.
You ain't done shit in boxing for 32 years besides sit on the sideline and talk a bunch of bullshit and be wrong.
No,
you've been wrong.
You don't know that.
I'm on here.
How do you know that, Nesta?
Because this is
How
why.
do you know that?
I'm gonna answer. Because my
shit.
Because my shit is documented for the last 8 years. My picks are there.
Okay, but go ahead.
My picks are there. All my questions are there. Every agenda I've had, every narrative, every angle I've went is there, is documented. We don't know shit about you, but what you say per call.
There you go.
So you got
There
no
you go.
resume to speak
You don't
of.
know shit about
You got
me.
no
Exactly.
resume. You
Yes,
got
I
no
do.
resume.
Yes, I do.
All right,
Yes, I do.
give
And they
us
living
one.
and breathing people too.
Give us one.
They living and breathing.
Give us one.
Very
and not
simple,
just your
man.
opinion.
It's not my opinion, man. When I was 17, I found out, I met Simon Brown. He's my godfather. I traveled with him. He was a world champion, and I got to sit in and watch negotiations. I got to train with him. I got to meet Mike Trainer. You know who Mike Trainer is?
No, sir.
That was Sugar Ray Leonard's manager / lawyer. I learned a lot from him. I got to meet Pepe Carrera. You know who Pepe Carrera is?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. Pepe Carrera used to train Sugar Ray, Lennox Lewis, and a whole bunch of other champions. I got to sit down and listen to the key word is that I listened. I didn't talk. So, and yes, I did.
That's why you ain't. That's why you
issues.
ain't make no impression. Because when I sat down with the late great Emmanuel Stewart, what he said, his words are documented. That TBV will be great because Nesta is. Because I don't just fucking listen. I step in the room, I talk, and then everybody want me to speak again, champ. And because you hung out with a few people, what the fuck does that mean? Think about it. In retrospect, how many people I done hang out with in the business? So does that make me any smarter than you? Because I'm hanging with Espinoza or Tim Smith or fucking Frank Warren or Shelly Finkel. The list goes on and on. I can't say that I'm smarter than you or no more because of who I hung out with. Champ, beat it. R&V, talk to me.
What is this clown talking about?
He calls in every day to be sour, but I love sour people.
His main prediction that was documented that Brazil was supposed to fight before Fury. that was a fact. Or my camps and my sources.
Yeah, his sources.
My sources say
he was hanging with Sugar Ray Leonard. He was hanging with Sugar Ray Leonard then too when they told him Wilder was going to fight Brazil.
And then on top of that, Brazil, when he was supposed to fight him this, he was supposed to fight White. So Brazil was about to be a whole 2024 before you go and fight Brazil. But hey, Troy, your documentation has been documented and it's trash. And look, all these callers on here that be talking, my G, we got this thing called Border Wars. If we want to dispute something, I don't know why Troy hasn't signed to Border Wars, unfortunately.
Nah, he said
look, Troy, I'll pay for your bus ticket because we know you like to ride the bus on a daily basis. I'll pay for your bus ticket. I'll pay for your even training to fight Ness.
No, he said he can't. He said he can't. I forgot what he said, but he got like some, he got a condition. I think a heart condition or something.
Oh, all right. Yeah, no, that's cool. But the thing with y'all, somebody, the next time y'all get somebody from Top Rank, y'all need to ask, point blank, period. What do y'all? Who do y'all know that allowing all these fighters to get these WBO shots? It seems like the only person winning WBO shots is goddamn Top Rank people. So I would like
Frank Warren people. They get the most shots. They own that sanctioning.
Who did Frank Warren just sign to?
Oh, ESPN and Top Rank.
All right.
I mean, AJ got a WBO belt.
You know how he got that. So, like I was saying, that's one thing I like. Oh, and another thing, a better intro. That guy from Europe, what's his name? The dude called he didn't hear that.
Deej?
Yeah. Oh, that shit he was having was trash. So way better intro. I gotta give you that. Good thing with the live shit. Huh?
Mike did that, forcing him to change his intro.
Yeah, but hey, man, man, all these people keep talking about Bud Crawford. Do y'all realize, all y'all Bud Crawford fans, he's just potential. He ain't fought nobody yet. So please stop talking like he didn't tore down the doggone atmosphere with these
He about
great
to fight
fighters. 'Cause,
Khan, champ.
like I said before, potential. Bud Crawford's still potential. Stop putting him on the pound for pound list because he ain't. All he is potential. He's a good
When
athlete.
y'all see when Bud Crawford name is mentioned, niggas
I didn't
start
see
getting
good.
shook,
I didn't see
boy.
good.
They
Mike,
can't take it.
I didn't see good. I didn't
They
let
can't take it. Look at him. He
college
spent this call.
to the big
He
league.
spent this call versus Kovalev and Yard, and he brought up Bud Crawford. We all know R&V deep down.
No,
You a Bud Crawford fan.
I
We
said,
all know
Yeah,
that. Dog.
RV. Troy put his number in the chat for you to call him.
Cool. I'll call him. We can have a good
conversation. He put his number in the chat.
Yeah, man. Deep down, we all know that Keith ain't doing for you no more, and you're looking for Bud Crawford to be that guy for you. I understand, R&V.
All right, Cloud.
All right, man. Great call, bro. You want to call back in? Let us know. Nest. Oh, he's on the phone. Okay. Let's go to a con. Look here, man. I think the level of disrespect you guys are giving Anthony Yarde is not.
Mike, where do you think the disrespect? Where's the disrespect? Where is the disrespect?
Guys, you guys said he's not following anybody in the top 10, but he's ranked number 2.
But has he? All right, but has
he's
he?
ranked
Can
number
you
2
agree
though.
that he
I
hasn't?
don't rate the rankings, bro.
Mike, but this is the problem. We're actually giving him credit for taking this fight.
He's getting it don't seem like, because Ness says that he would rather him fight a top 10 opponent than fight Kovalev.
No, and I agree. I would rather him fight a top 10 opponent too. But the issue is he's not doing that. He's going straight to. Huh?
Why would you go back? Like,
no, but that's the thing. Right now he's not, because he's got Kovalev. So you have to give him all the credit in the world for taking that world title shot. And they're talking like he's taking it. However, I would have liked to have seen him fight maybe for a British title, maybe for a European title, maybe for someone that can prepare
he had
more.
the European title. He had the European title first, then they try to mandate it for a British. Again.
No, but he didn't have the European title. He had the he had the WBC. Was it WBO Intercontinental?
Okay.
But he didn't have the European. So my whole point was that I think if he had 1 or 2 fights that was step ups, not as big as Kovalev, but maybe one of the other fighters, and they would have tested him, it would have prepared him more for Kovalev. But I have to give him credit for taking that fight.
I'm looking like, why? Again, if the WBO is mandating you for a title, what the fuck do you need for a test? I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you guys have appointed me, not anybody else. So apparently, the other guys ranked in the top 10, you don't deem worthy, or you would have did a WBO eliminator, which you did.
Yeah, the WBO, to be fair, could have done a final eliminator.
One thing that I would like to see, or would be nice, since they inserted Gilberto Ramirez at number 1, make him a Yarde for a fucking eliminator for the title. Give Kovalev a voluntary, because he just coming off a rematch with Alvarez. Give him a voluntary. Let him get his little work, or little tune up, or whatever he needs, and just make Gilberto Ramirez and Yarde for a final eliminator. I would like that, because it seems to me, or when you move up in the WBO, you can call for your title shot whenever you want it. Crawford did it. I think Usyk is going to be able to do it. I mean, so I don't know why they didn't do that, but maybe they're just waiting for Yarde to beat Kovalev and make a bigger fight with Yarde and Gilberto on ESPN. Is that a big fight though?
I think it's a big fight. It's a step. I think when
the British public know who Gilberto Ramirez is.
I think hardcore fans know him. I don't think
he doesn't speak English.
Yeah, exactly. Could they sell it? I think they'd struggle. They'd have to really sell it off the back of Yarde. I think it's similar to when we say our Ortiz can't really speak English. You kind of really have to sell it off the back of the English-speaking opponent. Really so I think that's what you kind of have to do with Yarde if he was to fight Ramirez. But I wish him all the best. I'll be watching. I wish him all the best.
I think one thing that we are missing is going to be intriguing to see what Kovalev shows up at the press conference, if they do ever make the fight. Is it gonna be that Kovalev that's all jovial and nice and hey, you know what I'm saying, and kind of jokeful, or is it gonna be that killer, that crusher guy that we knew with the Andre Ward press conferences?
I don't think he's that guy anymore. Anyway, like,
you don't think he's that guy anymore?
That level of invincibility was knocked off, so that chip on the shoulder is gone. Probably what caused the reckless drinking. Let's go to T Plums.
Hello.
What up, T Plums?
What up?
What up, fellas? Give me like 2 seconds. I'm walking out the door.
All right, take your time. 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Okay. All right. So about the Anthony Yarde thing, I agree with Nez when he's saying like it's kind of a win-win. If he lose, he stepped up. If he win, then he a champion and all that stuff. But I don't really care about that, to be honest with you. I just wanted to talk about the topic y'all was talking about yesterday with Spence and Garcia and stuff. I just want to ask y'all a question. Based on last fight, do y'all think Bud looked better against Benavidez than Spence did against Garcia? Because we judging based off last fight, so I don't see how like everybody's tripping.
Hell no. David Benavidez has success at least. He landed shots. Like Mikey barely hit Spence.
I don't see how everybody ruling Spence off because he didn't get to stop it. Like he dominated that fight 12-0.
Yeah,
like,
but Jose's a natural 147 pounder that Bud knocked out, and he's a big 47. Like he ain't natural because he did move up. He fought Mauricio Herrera. He had a WBA regular title at 140, but he's still a big dude. Like, you know, if anybody met him, he's a big dude. So like Bud still was able to knock him out. Plus, still the comparison is there. That's a guy moving up in weight. So is Mikey moving up in weight. Bud knocked his guy out, even though it was the 12th round. Earl didn't knock his guy out, not even in the 12th round.
I understand that, but I mean, at the end of the day, if y'all want to use a one-leg excuse Benavidez, I ain't using it, but you know what I'm saying? It's just Earl looked better against Mikey than Bud did against Benavidez. And if we basing stuff off the last fights, I mean, stoppage is cool and all. It was expected for Earl, but I don't think his stock dropped at all. Like, this is a win-win for Earl. He turned a lose situation into a win situation because he proved that he got the boxing IQ and the boxing skills, because that's what everybody said was against him and all that or whatever. So
maybe, man. T-Plons, man,
Yeah,
thank you for calling in.
One thing I say about the boxing IQ and boxing skills, I think Earl Spence just used his natural, God-given attributes to his advantage. Use his length, use his size, use his jab to keep Mikey at bay and keep Mikey back.
And he had great defense. The both of them had great defense. Even though Mikey got hit more, he still blocked a significant amount of shots. Super chat time. Yarde has ducked every British light heavyweight. Facts. Shout out Jack Kilsby in the super chat. Deej on the super chat says, where's the Asian UK guy? What happened to him? So I don't know what Asian guy. Maybe he's talking about Suki. But I thought,
that's what they're talking about.
I thought he was like Pakistani.
He is.
Okay. But yeah, Suki's schedule changed with his job, and he wasn't able to come back. Anthony as well. Rafi, you know, he decided he doesn't want to communicate. Akan has been the only lone soldier to last, more than a month. We're still look, me and Mike want more of you fools to get up there and try to tag team because, Akan can't do it alone. So look, me and Akan agreeing now. The more he hangs with us, the more he starts to agree. Me and Akan agreed all day on Yarde, and Mike's on that island all by himself with Gilligan and shit. But got another super chat from Bo. He says TBV pound for pound list drops to Patreon public Monday. Now, Bo sent me a revised pound for pound list for Border Wars. And we were notified that Danny, our very own Ring Walk Danny, made the list based off his last fight versus Matt Garces. So I don't know if Bo is going to stick to that original top 5 that he made, or is he's going to change it. But while you guys go to your final thoughts, I'll just check Patreon to make sure.
Yeah, man. Like I said, final thoughts for me is hope this fight gets made. Both parties seem to be interested in it, and I think Yard, man, yeah, it's about that time, dog. About that time you take your world title shot, you become world champion, and you stay world champion. So let's see how it goes.
Big step up for Yard. I think he has a lot of support. A lot of us want to see him win that. It's a huge step up. I hope he does. I hope he puts on a good performance and announces himself to not just the American public, but to the boxing world, essentially, because I think a win will do that. So, yeah, let's see how it plays out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for Yard, I mean, he's got an opportunity here to do something special and help the UK out, because I think it was like a year and a half ago, you guys had like 12 champions compared to maybe our like 5 or 7. And now it's like, man, I don't even know who is champ in the UK anymore. So y'all kind of need this strap. So yeah, strap season for y'all, hopefully. They took the route. Not that I love it, but they took the route. So now we got to see, is it going to work out? You know? But yeah, I'm your host, Nestor Gets. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO. If you guys get this video to 1,000 likes, which we ain't going to get to, we might be back with that Earl Spence getting that Oscar. I want to kind of talk about that and see what everybody's opinion is of that. So if you guys are interested, let us know on our community page. Hit us up on Patreon and drop us a comment there. Let us know. Also, don't forget, we got tons of interviews on the YouTube channel. Head on over to youtube.com/ThaBoxingVoice. Click that notification bell. Non-stop uploads every day. Just so many uploads. Also, what else we got here? Don't forget to check out Patreon to check out all the fights. Border Wars took place. 4 camera setup. Announcers. Official referee. It was great. We had some really, really good fights. Wait, they said we got more super chats. Rod in the 870 says, was Spence right about former black boxers not supporting their own, but Mexicans and UK boxers support their own 100%? Mike T hated on Wilder, shaking my head. Mike Tyson hated on Wilder, shaking my head. I mean, hey, man, it is like that. But then again, it ain't. Because yesterday I was the only one happy to see Floyd in the ring. Everyone else, black people specifically, JD, like, oh, why is he there stealing shine? So it's a tough thing, you know. He's there supporting. Some people think he's trying to steal shine. I don't know. It looks like Spence didn't need it, according to the public. But yeah, we out.